I don't know if you know this, but after the Germans captured Warsaw, they came upon a huge cache of documents in the Polish Foreign Embassy, or it was the Polish Foreign Ministry, and they published it in May or I think June 1940, and it appeared in the U.S. press, but in a very bad translation. And it pretty much revealed that FDR had been finagling with the Poles to push the Germans into attacking. Now, this was dismissed as wartime propaganda at the time, but so it appears that William Bullitt was FDR's man in Paris. I don't know
Right.
if you knew who he was.
Yeah.
And then you had Joseph Kennedy in England. Now, FDR hated Kennedy, but he had to give him a big position because he was a big Democratic player. And Bullitt was kind of he was Roosevelt's alter ego. The Poles thought Bullitt was completely unsophisticated, and by all accounts he was. He was a champagne drinking guy, liked to have big parties. But so it wasn't only the British, but it seems that the Americans, Roosevelt, were assuring the Poles, hey, look, if something happens, we're going to back you up. Now, the Germans wanted to have an internationally mediated resolution to the Polish corridor and the Danzig question. And the Poles did this. They said, get lost. That's not logical.
Well, that's Pat Buchanan said it was because of these American and English assurances that made the Poles reckless because they thought that
I agree. I think that's why it happened. And actually, things were doing just fine up until Marshal Pilsudski died. Pilsudski and Hitler got along very well. Both hated the communists. Pilsudski had fought the war of 1919-20 against the Red Army.
The Polish miracle when they defeated the communists.
Yeah, the miracle on the Vistula.
Yeah.
It was big news. But when Pilsudski died, then they had this other guy, Marshal Rydz-Śmigły, who was the uncrowned king of Poland. And this guy was not logical. Because Hitler said, hey, look, join up with us and we'll fight the communists. And then the Poles all of a sudden became very nationalistic. So they started persecuting the German minority. And they just became generally obnoxious.